Hello, party people! I'm your host, Dr. Giggles.
And DJ Legend.
And it's actually filmed in front of a live audience!
Yeah!
We have a live audience of 2 people and 4 animatronics. We got some dummies sitting there.
Yep.
There's 6 dummies sitting there. Anyway, so tonight is season 3 finale, and actually this season's gonna I guess I can hear fireworks going off. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, somebody's got them going on.
Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Anyway, point of my story is this season the transition between is gonna be the shortest it has ever seen, because we're coming back after Winter Adventure at Great Adventure.
Wow.
So I guess I'd say the last week of January. First week of February. Usually we don't come back till beginning of March. I decided that I'm just going to take a couple weeks off. We're going to redecorate, move things around.
Yep.
And get it going for next year and put some lighting in it and, whatever, make it look different.
Yep.
Try to up the ante for 2015 for season 4. I can't believe we've had 4 seasons.
Well, yeah, that's really good.
I mean, it's not crazy watched as I'd like, but it's still watched by you awesome people, and actually we get more viewers now being on YouTube.
Nice. Because
your stream, when we broadcast it, you only get 4 or 5 that watched after.
Yep.
And depending upon the topic, and everybody likes every topic, which is fine, you get anywhere from 50 to 100 extra. So
yeah. Well, the thing with the Ustream platform too is where it always injected all those obnoxious commercials into a live broadcast. So if you watched it live, you ended up missing parts and having to rewatch it later. If you rewatched it later, though, the commercials getting injected would actually pause it, so it would pick up where it left off.
Yeah, so there's no need for that crap. Now we have YouTube with no... Actually, I could, like a jerk, put commercials on. There is a button to add commercials inside.
Interesting.
But I won't do that. I will not do that to you people. All right, so what? I don't even know. I'm missing something. Season 3 was the best. Riding of the Bull was awesome. When are you going to do that? Season 3 was my first.
When are we going to do what, Kevin?
Yeah, what are we going to do? Are we going to get freaky or something? I don't know. He's talking about the Skyway Ball. Speaking of the Skyway, I am going to be getting pictures from Six Flags New England. With Skyway somewhat deconstruction. I did hear a crazy rumor, though. Everybody's like on vacation, because of the week and everything. I'm going to tell you this crazy rumor I heard. I believe I told Luca this. I cannot get it confirmed yet, so I don't know. So we just have to take it with a grain of salt. That, where Cyclone is, that's north, right?
Yep.
Okay,
it's
north
end.
end. All right. That station from Skyway, I heard, is staying as is. They're not touching it. But what I heard that they're putting inside the station is a Wicked Cyclone simulator. So I guess people that cannot ride it, handicap, they can't ride it, maybe they're afraid, there'll be a simulator ride inside that of giving off the type of ride that you would kind of have on Wicked Cyclone. And I also heard that there's different options to make the track do different things on the simulator. But I have not got it confirmed yet. I'm hoping to get it confirmed, but they might tell me to shut my mouth if it is true.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what I heard. I never reveal sources, but that's what I heard, what they're doing with that. But, yeah.
The S thing definitely is BS. You got no argument from us there.
Yeah, no argument there. But the rest of it, I don't know what they're going to be doing with, like, the towers of Skyway. I don't know if they're coming out. I don't know if they're staying. Something similar to, like, what Rocky Point did with their Skyway. The structure itself is still standing. There's no cars on it. There's nothing. Would you stop it over there, you two? Get a room. That's naughty stuff. What do you... Oh, my God, if the viewers could only see that. Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Fury 325 may be better than Wicked Cyclone. Well, we'll wait to see about that until we actually experience both of them.
See, the thing is, coasters like that, unfortunately, if you look at the top 5 steel coasters, even though Nitro did get third once for that type,
Yep.
that's a different type, Nitro and that.
Yep.
But for some reason, when it comes to especially Golden Ticket Awards and stuff,
Yep.
I would love to sit there and talk to every voter and see why they pick what they pick, because I've never seen a over-the-shoulder restraint ride. I know that's not, but an over-the-shoulder, usually for the most part, hit a top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I heard, a lot of voters says that will never happen. For some reason, an over-the-shoulder will never get the top spot. But I do notice that some of the coasters that have come out, I mean, look at Nitro. Nitro is not a top 10.
Nope.
No way.
Definitely.
Nitro is not a top 10. Maybe a top 20, but it's definitely not a top 10. And it made third place one year. Like
Yep.
a couple of years ago. It blew my mind. It was
I
the
remember
same
seeing
year
that.
that El Toro won number 1.
For wood, yeah.
Yeah, for wood. It was the same thing. Why are you giving me those looks? She's making fun of me. Probably because of how I talk with my hands. You know what?
All right.
Anyway, so Main Street Station. Main Street Station, I heard, is staying for Skyway. The only thing I don't know what's going to happen is the towers themselves. I don't know what's going to happen with that. They'll probably take the cable out.
No, I would imagine so, because if it's not being used, what's this point in leaving it up there? Because it can have rot and end up falling on somebody.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Well, I can't comment on Leviathan because I'm still a Canada's Wonderland virgin.
Yeah, the last time I was at Canada's Wonderland was 1995. I'd gone up there with the high school band, and they had a competition for high school bands, and then the award ceremony was at that place, Canada's Wonderland. What? See, this is why I don't like having a live studio audience. When you got that retard right there. Look at her. Hey guys, I don't know what I'm doing. That's what you look like right now. Hey guys, I didn't do anything. You need a helmet? I'll go get you a helmet. I got one in the basement. I'll make the phone the call for the short bus. Because you definitely need that right now. Hi, my name is Lorna. And I like to touch applesauce with my nose. See? So anyway, I know we got way off track, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, anytime we have a studio audience, or when Lady of the Grove, who unfortunately could not be with us this evening, gets on the set when all three of us get on the set, some strange, funny things tend to happen, so it kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an unscripted show, basically.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? What are you guys laughing at? Blame Canada. Josh is funny. What? Oh.
Hey,
that's what
Don's with us. Happy New Year, Don.
Hey, Don! Hey, Don! What's happening? Why are they watching a replay? When they're watching it live and a replay. I told you they came off the short bus.
Yep.
My name is Luco. I did a puco. I ate a taco. I killed Paco. I wear a helmet. I ride a hockey stick over to school with Lorna, and we play patty cakes. Patty cake, I poop my diaper. Yay! The only scripted thing that we do is I just have jotted news and events because I'm so stupid that I forget all the time. How many times do you see me at the show go, what was I talking about?
The only time we have scripts is either news, upcoming events, maybe a few commentaries, and our top 10 lists.
And speaking of events, myself and Coaster Crew are working on a weekend event with SFNA Online and Coaster Crew at Six Flags New England and Edaville Railroad.
Wow.
So Tim's working on
So
New England, and if he needs any help with New England, I can jump in.
Mhm.
But he's working on that, and then I'm working on Edaville. Me and him were actually working together on Edaville.
So this will be an upcoming event for this coming summer or something like that.
Yep, and plus that, what do you call it? See, I already forgot. No, Edaville's got 3 roller coasters opening up next year.
Oh yeah, I heard something about that.
They got the water coaster
Mhm.
that's already built, standing, ready to go. They're opening up the spinny. Do you see any IAPA videos from last year with the little kitty spinny coaster? Just goes in a circle and the thing spins like hell. They're getting one of those. The track and the cars are already on site. And then Thomastown that they're opening up is going to have a roller coaster in it.
Wow.
And then the year after that, a Woody's going in. So within the next 2 years, 4 coasters. So we know how everybody loves credits. They get the credits. And Edaville's not bad. I mean,
It's actually going to be quite a bit. Definitely quite a far cry from the way I remember it growing up.
Well, you saw what I showed when we went for Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that, but I was a little kid. That was so long ago. But the way it looks now, they have a bunch of flats already. They got the train. They're adding go-karts and bumper boats and stuff. And they're adding a lot. And I'm kind of worried about that. Adding too much in one season. They're adding a 16.5 acre or 11.5 acre Thomastown, like 16 rides, including a roller coaster, a water roller coaster, bumper boats,
Wow.
a dock ride, go-karts, a kiddie coaster. I think that's too much expansion for a park that size in 1 year.
Yeah, that could be a little bit risky.
And the CoasterCon price hasn't come out. There's no flyer, but that. Now here's the thing. That's where you can save some money. They usually do season pass discounts.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like when I went to the New England one, it was supposed to be like $242 a person.
Yep.
But because I had the season pass, it brought it down to $219. So they took $30, $40 off of the ticketed price. So
I imagine they'll do the same thing where it's a Great Adventure.
Oh yeah, and plus, I mean, Brett's got the lockdown with Great Adventure. He has such a great working relationship that he could probably get a better discount. He can get a lot of cool things. I have high hopes, and I shouldn't say that because I'm probably going to get disappointed again. But I do have high hopes for Great Adventure. I'm giving Brett and everybody the benefit of the doubt, and hoping, knock on wood, that CoasterCon is going to be awesome. Plus, Maury's Pier is awesome. I know you've never been. You're Maury's Pier virgin.
That would be correct. Same thing with Storybook Lane.
I've never been to Storybook Lane. I drove by it, but I've never been. But the point of the story is Maury's Pier is awesome.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good reviews on it.
Well, I know people are going to crucify me when I say this. I'm actually looking more forward to Maury's Pier than I am Great Adventure. I mean, think about it. We've been to Great Adventure so many times.
Kind of what I was getting at, because you've been to Great Adventure so many times compared to Maury's Pier. So.
Yeah, I've only been there once, and I fell in love with the place. Not just the rides, the whole atmosphere of it. And get your hiking boots or something if you want to go in the water at the beach. Because it's a long walk. It's so long, they have beach taxis to take you out there if you want to pay for it.
Is it hilly?
No, it's a lot of sand.
Oh.
So that you kind of get the extra workout from walking in the sand. You're like a zombie. I mean, even barefoot, it sucks.
A lot of hate for Great Adventure. I thought it blew SFE out of the water. Much nicer park.
Actually, I'm going to beg to differ with you there, Don. I know I sound biased because it's a home park.
Yep.
Back in the 90s, mid to late 90s, even up to about 2002, Great Adventure was amazing. Compared to then, not so amazing. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it anytime that people are like, Great Adventure is the best in the world. No, it is not. Not even close, and I'm going to tell you why. Like you've heard me say, they had so many flats, you literally needed 2 days in the park back then. You had no choice. If you wanted to do the whole park, 2 days. That's how many rides there were. You needed 2 days.
I remember us actually talking about that during Season 1, that Great Adventure did get rid of a lot of flats, and they do have They have a good collection of coasters, but they desperately do need more flats.
I mean, I've gone to Great Adventure when the park was empty, and I still get bored with it because the only good coasters, I mean, like the awesome must-ride coasters there, El Toro, Batman, King Car, Superman. Those are the ones I like to ride. I like to ride Skull Mountain. I like to ride the Mine Train.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, you could. I mean, it's hit or miss with Green Lantern. Some days I want to ride it. Some days I want my chicken McNuggets to hurt. You know. I mean, that one doesn't really hurt as much as some others, but.
Well, the thing with those stand-up coasters too, and I've said this quite a few times, so it all depends on how you adjust that harness with the thing that sticks between your legs, though. So that way you just have to position it right, so that way it doesn't crush the man parts.
Yeah, well, see, I'm short, so I get screwed. Yeah, no, I agree. They have more coasters and more stuff than we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't. I mean, that's a much bigger place than six SFNEs. Pretty much. I mean, they have a little bit of land to expand, but not much.
Yeah, because they're surrounded by wetlands too.
Yeah, plus the neighborhood that they're in.
Yep.
So, I mean, I know they keep buying property. I know that.
And
much.
they're right near the state line too.
Yeah. Yeah, Nitro is getting rough. It is getting rough. It's starting to shake, rattle, and roll. I don't understand it. How it can get rough. I don't understand.
Just my, off the top of my head, educated guess, wear and tear on the wheels.
Yeah, but think about...
If they replace them every season, then it should stay smooth.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the wheels. They need to do something. I mean, this year when we did riding in the Bull, that was the only time I went.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was shaking like I thought the wheels were going to pop off. The thing was like...
I didn't feel any shaking when we rode it.
I did. It was rough and shaking.
Probably depends on which train you get, too.
Yeah. Well, not every train is going to be good.
During the... partway through ERT on it, right, just shortly after the beginning, they had to take one train off.
Really?
Yep.
It was probably crap.
So I'm guessing that might have had something to do with it.
Not get any fast pass. The only time I get a fast pass now is one, if it's not an event, and two, I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's busy, I'll get a flash pass. If it's not that busy and I've been there, or it's not that busy and I haven't been there, like I remember when I went to Texas Six Flags back, was it 2011 when Texas Giant opened?
Mm-hmm.
We bought a platinum flash pass and you really didn't need it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the lines were pretty much non-existent all day long. From open until at least 5, 6 o'clock, the place was dead.
The only time I've ever done that, I actually did that once, the first time we went to Great Adventure back in 2011. I bought a flash pass because it was our first time there and I didn't want to spend a lot of waiting time. But that was when we had that big omen that we were talking about, because it was just like 2 years prior to that, our first visit to Six Flags New England, halfway through the day we get caught in a thunderstorm. The same thing happened our first visit to Great Adventure, so it was a bit of an omen, but it actually helped to clear out some of the park, so we didn't really need it too much after that.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, there was an event with another group that we did when we went to King's Dominion, and we got discounts on the fast lane, so I took advantage of it then.
Yeah, if the price is right, why not use it? I think if you're going to get it and it's going to be... I wish it was free with a season pass.
I think we all do on that one.
Eventually, you're going to get season passes that are going to include everything. It's coming. They've already got food.
Yep.
And now you're going to, there'll be add-ons. There won't be like a mega super duper season pass.
Yep.
There'll be, oh, I like meals. I like games. Oh, flash passes.
Yep.
It's all going to be add-on customizable season passes. You watch, it's coming.
I bet. I can believe it.
Because they already tested the games thing in a couple Six Flags somewhere. It's already been tested. I don't know how good it did. The food was tested.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the food. We haven't seen the games yet. I'm sure there's going to be something they're going to think of to keep adding on Oh, concerts. You want 6 concerts a year. Something like that. See, I got a... Carowinds I wasn't greatly impressed with. They have too many roller coasters that hurt. And they have some good ones. Like their flashback version, Carolina Cobra, they have the new restraints on them. So they don't bash your head.
Are they the ones that are similar to the
Hershey.
vest type ones like I have on Sidewinder at Hershey?
Luco, is that the one like Sidewinder? It's like the Sidewinder there, flashback at Hershey.
Sidewinder is the boomerang at Hershey.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. They have ones that are similar to the new vest restraints that B&M uses.
Yeah, that's what they put on. They don't hurt your head.
Yeah, they have the new one.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Because right now, solely because of those restraints, that's why Sidewinder so far, I have to give that as my top boomerang.
Yeah, boomerangs. The red
Boomerangs, I'm not too. I mean, they all have the same layout, but the experience mainly comes from how smooth it is and how comfy the restraints are.
Yeah, Afterburn is good. Afterburn's good. Carolina Cobra's good. Intimidate is good. Beyond that, I don't really care for the rest of the coast. Hurler is painful. I know they just finished retracking their Grayson Woody. I forget what the hell the name of it is. Carowinds. I want to say like Thunder Run or something similar, something like that. Top rated.
Top boomerang list.
Sounds well. It does. Who's got the best boomerang? Nobody. I'm not a fan of Nighthawk. That ride hurts me.
Which one is that at?
That's the Flying Dutchman, Flying Coasters. The other, not the B&Ms, the other type.
Vekoma?
Like Batwing.
Yep.
Like that. Those.
Oh, that one's just like what the hell is the name of that one at Kings Island? Firehawk.
Yeah, that one actually came from Geauga Lake.
Yeah.
When they closed Geauga Lake.
Yep.
So I had already had that credit.
Mm-hmm.
Like double-fisted credits.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember the first time I rode that, it freaked me the hell out. Because when I was riding, I'm like bouncing like this on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm going to die.
You always got that one, anytime you ride anything that puts you in that flying position, you can't help but wonder, what if this thing lets go?
I better hope I was doing good on my pull-ups.
Yeah, really.
Australia has the best boomerangs.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I know I personally haven't been down under, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, no, Tempesto.
There have been a few construction updates I've seen floating around regarding the construction of
everybody,
Tempesto.
A lot of people are calling it the Secret Garden Project, or the Secret Landscaping Project, because Busch Gardens hasn't officially announced it, and that thing is getting bigger and bigger. I think it's time to tell everybody, just confirm what we already know. Because it's going to be like Superman out in Discovery Cove.
Oh, wow.
The one that rocks back and forth, launches, comes around,
Yep.
I still think it's bad for that park. I still think that coast is bad for that park. They're not really good on the throughput. You're not going to... There's no way. There's only one train. I don't know what possessed them to do that, unless they plan on running 2 trains magically. I mean, because you look at Verbolten, that thing runs 5 trains.
Oh, yeah.
And even when they had ERT going, for when we did the Christmas event, there was like 100 of us or so. 75, 100, something like that. And they ran all 5 trains for that.
Wow.
So you literally just got on the train and sat there. Unless there was some joker that wanted your seat. So, and there was always some joker that wanted the back seat or the front seat. So you always had to move. Are you having fun? Are you trying to pull the choo-choo whistle? Woo-woo! like this. Yeah. Oh, I got this lovely whistle. It's such a great whistle, you know. It's I love this whistle. It's a beautiful whistle. I think you guys will all like my whistle. I want Lorna to take a turn blowing that whistle. Whatever the hell her name is. Anyways, I do got tiny tidbits of ZTD is gonna do with 2 trains. What's ZTD? Is that an STD? I don't know. ZTD. I don't know what ZTD, whatever the hell he just said is.
Good question.
What is that, Coach the Kev? I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, in the meantime, I do have a few tiny tidbits of news to get into. You know what break is there, Luco? They're getting rid of TGI Fridays. Going for Quaker State and Lube in the same spot. It just sounds like a porno or something. It doesn't even.
It?
Quaker Steak and Lube. Luco, I'm gonna lube your steak.
Sounds like a personal problem.
So once they were all done doing part of their refurbishment to the hotel, which means they're gonna jack up the rates, of course, you know it. Regardless, TGI Fridays, so I can't get my ultimate Long Island iced tea there no more. Sad, sad, sad. So I don't know what the hell Quaker Steak and Lube is. I never heard of it. Have you?
Nope.
You've heard of it? What is it? Is it like a Roy Rogers or a steak joint? You love those sit-down places, Luco.
Yes.
That's all he wants to do. Is a sit-down restaurant. I want to chew and screw. I don't know. Walt Disney World Hollywood Studios. I got to try and get to this event. They do Star Wars weekends, and they announced the dates from May 15th to June 15th.
Wow.
I like Star Wars. Do you like Star Wars or no?
Well, who doesn't?
Hey, do any of you guys like Star Wars? Eh? See, that's why they're on the couch and they're not here. Only the awesome people get to go here. All the boo! No Star Trek. What do you like? You probably want something with Barbie dolls or something. With little helmets on that drool. You want drooling Barbie. No, short bus Barbie. Shrimp on a Barbie. But so I need to find a May that I can go to this, or a June. I really need to go to that. Adventureland in Long Island. I finally went there. I went there this year with Luco and Tony and May. And Luco got molested in Dunkin' Donuts.
Ooh.
But they took out the Hurricane Coaster and they're putting in a Mack spinning mouse, and they named it Turbulence. Did you know that, Luco?
No.
The name of the mouse is Turbulence. Going in the same spot. We'll have to go back there to get the credit.
Yeah.
Actually, I liked that place, though. I like that little park. Not everything was open. Like the flume ride wasn't open for some weird reason. I want to ride the ride, and that spin. And I want to go there when I don't have a headache, because when I went there, I ended up with this migraine, and I just had to stop riding stuff. I missed out on the bumper cars and something else.
But you wrote a headache-inducing ones anyway.
Yeah, I know. The haunted house was cool. I did enjoy the frisbee. That thing was crazier than Canopy Lakes. That thing I thought I was gonna die on it.
And the water spinning ride.
That is different. I like that. I like to do it when it's a little hotter out and I don't have a headache, because they do have some weird rides there, Larry. They have this weird. It's like you're standing on an alligator or something, and the thing swings out under a waterfall, and you can move it so you don't get in the waterfall. The waterfall, if you want it, it's weird. I don't understand the purpose of the ride, but I didn't really get wet, which is good. What's this?
Looks like Dave sent you a menu of some sort.
Beam me up, Scotty. Is General's Tao chicken good? Somebody sent me a menu on Facebook. I'll look at it after. Oh, Luco, you're gonna like this. This is right up your alley, Mr. Tech Guy. Hershey's Chocolate World added a chocolate 3D printing exhibit, and they're putting chocolate in different funky shape and sugar too.
Can you read it?
I don't know. That's all I saw about it. I have to read up more on it, but it seemed pretty cool. The pictures I saw and stuff. Looks pretty neat. It's right up your alley, Luco. I mean, I would like to try 3D printed chocolate because
That sounds pretty interesting.
well, he told me there was. Remember when we went? Well, you didn't go, but we went to the Sex Expo. I don't know if you saw that popping up on my Facebook.
I did see a few of those things on that.
Well, anyway, that same day there was a tech expo in New York or something,
Mhm.
and they said they were doing 3D printed berries or fruit or something. Or whatever. What was it? Berries
Yeah, berries.
that you could try eat, that you could eat, but they were 3D berries. Maybe it's like a gummy worm. All right, so what's the next thing? Oh, so anyway, I'm sure you followed it. Jen McGrath resigns from Six Flags New England. I don't know any reasoning why.
Today's the last.
Today is her last day. She is going to the Connecticut Multiple Sclerosis Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So she no longer with the company. I did talk with some powers that be. The person to take the position soon to be announced will know shortly.
Mm-hmm.
They did say that they're still going to do Google Chats.
Mm-hmm.
The construction tour will still go.
Mm-hmm.
They said don't worry about it. They said they still stand committed to work with us and Ace. So they said don't worry about any of that. I did send off an email to Jen McGrath thanking her for everything that she's done for all of us because, I mean, she did hook us up big time this year.
Oh, definitely.
When other, communications managers wouldn't talk, they wouldn't even look at us.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like, you know what? Yeah, come down. Let's talk. Let's go through the park. Let's talk. When she invited me down there.
Oh, yeah.
And, I asked, and she said, yeah, come on down. So, yeah, she invited me. So she did a lot for us, and she did a lot for the park. So she will be missed. That's for sure.
Definitely.
So, Jen, if you happen to watch this, thank you for everything. Nice working with you, and good luck in the future. Maybe she'll watch it.
And keep in touch.
Yeah, don't disappear because you're not in the park anymore. The 99 is... See, when you got places like TGI Fridays, 99, even, Outback and Longhorn, all those chain places, they're all They're all...
It all depends on what you order, too. Some things they have are obviously better than others, and sometimes you'll get one item at one particular restaurant that offers a similar item, if not the identical one. It might be better at one than the other. So it all depends on what you're getting.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh. One of the best things that I did enjoy at TGI Fridays was the big entree Caesar salad, the chicken Caesar salad. That thing was good. I mean, any idiot can make that though. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to make that. So that was that. All right, let's get into top tens.
All right, here we go.
I'll let you go first.
All right. Since another highlight of this past season was where Lady of the Grove and I attended our first time attending a national event. That would be the spring conference that took place at Beach Bend with a pit stop at Kentucky Kingdom before going to Kings Island. That was a pretty amazing event for the most part. A couple of hiccups here and there, but nothing to write home about. So I have an updated list as well. My new updated woods, Number 10, the one that's named after me, the legend at Holiday World. Number 9, Wild
gonna
One at
win.
Six Flags America. That will always be a top 10 because of its historic value, and you finally got to experience it yourself earlier in the season.
Yeah, that was a good coaster.
Mhm.
Wasn't really expecting much out of it. I really wasn't.
Yep. At number 8, dropping a few spots, the Boss at Six Flags St. Louis, where we got our 100th credit. Number 7, Comet at the Great Escape, dropped a little bit because it needs a little track work. Number 6, Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. Number 5, Phoenix at Knoebels. Number 4, Boulder Dash at Lake Compounds. Number 3, new entry, Thunderhead at Dollywood. Number 2, Beast at Kings Island. And number 1, El Toro at Great Adventure. Going over to Steel. Only one change there. Number 10, still Sky Rush at Hershey. Number 9, Hydra at Dorney. Number 8, Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast at Six Flags St. Louis. Number 7, Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion. Number 6, Talon, also at Dorney. Number 5, Griffin at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Number 4, hanging in the same spot, Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. Number 3, down a spot from last year, Diamondback at Kings Island. Number 2, the new entry that knocked Diamondback down, Banshee, also at Kings Island. And number 1, still Bizarro at Six Flags New England.
Interesting list. Now here's my list. This is my thing. I don't even remember what my list was last year. I'm going to stop with my top 10 wood. 10. This is my top 10. And if anybody don't like it, you can... Anyway, so my number 10 is Thunder Run at Kentucky Kingdom.
That was pretty good.
And it wasn't all shaky and crappy like the other ones.
It was really smooth for a wood coaster.
Yeah. Number 9, Grizzly at King's Dominion. I like that one. Number 9, Jackrabbit at...
What you mean, number 8?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm not my usual self right now.
That would be a Kennywood, I take it.
Yep, number 8. Number 7, Raven.
That's Holiday World.
Yep, number 6, The Beast. Number 5, Kentucky Rumbler. Number 4, Thunderhead. 3, Lightning Racer. No, I have 2 3s. They're tied. 3, Voyage. Did I miss a number or am I that stupid? No. And then Phoenix is number 2 and Boulder Dash number 1. I did not even put El Toro in my top 10.
Wow.
And that's my list. How many boos are you going to give me for taking El Toro out of the top 10? What about your people? All right, now my top 10 Steel. Titan at Six Flags over Texas. 9, Lightning Run. 8, Verbolten. 7, Alpengeist. 6, Banshee. 5, Superman at Six Flags America. 4, Intimidator. 3, Fans Revenge. 2, Steel Force. And 1, Bizarro. It's my top 10. Interesting choices. They all were. I know, like, you was talking about some coasters that probably should have been in my top 10. So usually I actually sit there and I really think about what is my top 10. Like, I'll sit there and go through every coaster I've ridden. So I would have gone through my 300, but I didn't. I actually slapped this together probably an hour and a half before the show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really... But, I mean, that's what came to my head of what I thought for me for this year. But, I mean, like, Diamondback is good. Like, Diamondback probably could have moved in there somewhere and pushed something out. I like Diamondback. But...
Yeah, where I use that Coaster Counter website and app as well, that's how I can... I pretty much keep mine... I pretty much keep tweaking mine over the course of a season. So... I did make a few last-minute tweaks just before we went on the air.
And the Intimidator that you're talking about is the one at Carowinds.
Yep.
That one's excellent. And Coaster Kev, I need... What is your top 10? And it's not the one you think. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I need one. I need to know.
Don't forget, there's about a 45-second lag or so
between
the stream,
and,
so we might. So
and
it'll
Kevin,
be a
to
minute
answer,
or so before we get that.
Kevin, to answer your question about an email, the only one I have is her Six Flags one. I don't have a personal one. She never gave it to me. I mean, I emailed her. She hasn't responded back yet.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't give me a personal email or anything. So I don't know what to. If I can get it and she says to give it out, I will. She probably doesn't want it out to the whole world, but
Oh, I would imagine so. Well, Dave, someday when we can get to the West Coast, we will eventually get Gold Strikers.
yeah, I know. I gotta see. I'm already like pre-planning trips. You know, like next year is when I take the kids to Florida. So obviously, I'm not gonna go out to California. And then we're talking about doing a cruise in 2016, and then maybe 17 maybe I could make like a week or two trip to Cali. That has nothing to do with anything, and then 2018 maybe I'll do a cruise with the kids instead of Florida. I really need to start changing. I mean, I like Florida because it's warm and.
Coaster Kev says his Six Flags coaster that's in his top 10 is Mindbender at Six Flags Over Georgia.
I haven't been there. What do you think about that, Luco? Is that a good ride? Mindbender? I don't know. Is it a Schwarzkopf? I don't know.
One of these days we will hit the West Coast, assuming we can find a way, because it'll take a while to get out there for Lady of the Grove and myself, because I refuse to fly.
California, I would have to fly. That's already a long flight. Yeah, well, you ain't getting me in the car for 3,000 miles.
Well, our pal Rob Luxa, who works for Flash Pass at Six Flags New England, he and his dad just did their annual trip drive to the West Coast.
Yeah, I saw that, and if that's what you like to do, more power to you. But you will not catch me in the car, because what'll happen is I'll have to have somebody pack my crap and send it back, because I ain't driving back home. I'd be stuck there forever. I'd be like, I guess we're buying a house in Cali. See, kids, we moved. So yeah, that was my top 10. That was your top 10. All right, what I'm going to do is I made a video.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 17 minutes long.
Yep.
I compiled all the goody stuff that the show's been to and done throughout the year for 2014. So I'm going to play that, and then we're going to get into stupid GP comments and then your new thing you came up with.
Yep, the hot mess of the year.
So let me put this on so you guys can go get a beer, take a nap, I don't know, party, or you can blow the whistle. So anyway, here's the video. Meow. Hey, what did I do with megaphone? Oh.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Loco? Looking at me like that? Oh my god. Somebody just farted. Lorna, why did you fart? Lorna, why did you fart? It stinks. Something died. Hey, you. Stinky. You know everybody just heard that, Larry? Good for them. How did it taste? Like Mike's Hard Limeade. Oh, okay. Thanks. That's cool. On top of spaghetti, all covered in cheese, I had a corned meatball. That's a joke. You're funny, Daniel the Tiger. Who is Coach the Coach Boy? I don't know. Sorry, upload it. Yo, yo, yo. My name is Josh and I smell like squash. You go to bed and you will get a shopping marker written on your face. There is no bed in your future. You go to bed, you get attacked by the shopping marker. You have to stay up until midnight. That is the rule. Go, Luco. Go, Luco. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's a new year. It's a new year. Shake your booty. Shake what your mama gave you. Somebody ship is coming. Luco. The shipment came into work. It just came off the boat. I need to check it off and check it twice. I'll see if Mama's been naughty or nice.
I don't understand sign language. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's like over like a few months. A few months. It wasn't empty. Okay, now I kind of want the heat to come back on. Something like kill the radio there. Then I'll get too hot when the heat blasts. Are you cold?
How much more is gonna have to go?
Where is the 10 more minutes?
Cool. I get time now.
Really can't see anything yet. No, it's not the song. Christmas Eve. Same time on your Christmas songs, they're too money to play.
That comment of yours is gonna be an honorable mention.
What?
They give out door prizes. Rico said he just can't fit a door in his car.
There it is. I was one cheese pizza away from not fitting on that toaster. The kitty one at America. Yeah. That guy I had to like suck it in and push it in. If I didn't suck it in, there was. It's like World War III going on outside. Hi, Cam. Fifty-four seconds. And it'll be over. So yay, that was a long video with repeated music because that was, I don't know why. I think I was just distracted at the point and didn't add music. But you got some music in the background anyway, and probably heard us talking all kinds of mumbo jumbo and farting and sneezing and burping and coughing and whatever the hell's going on, what we were doing. But yeah, that was that. So as you can tell, I mean, I did miss out on a few things I didn't put in there. I didn't really have anything for my stuff because, Media Day for Sky Screamer, I wasn't there. I was at Holiday World that day.
Yeah, we were en route to SpringCon. We were en route to SpringCon, so we didn't
And
get to
speaking
attend.
of which, did you hear there is no SpringCon this year?
Really?
Yes, it is now SummerCon,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that some opportunity came up, and they have dates for August now, like 16, 17, 18, something like that,
Wow.
around that time. So anybody that was thinking in May, change that, scratch that. SpringCon has been now moved to SummerCon, and it's in August, up that way. So,
Well, that could actually work out better because now it's not so close to CoastaCon.
yeah. And something else is, they said another opportunity came up. I don't know what that opportunity is, but something came up that they can add to the list around that area somewhere to make it happen. I don't know what, why, how, when. I know I mean, the cool thing is they have the dates already for CoastaCon
Mm-hmm.
2016 and the two parks settled, which are Six Flags St. Louis and Holiday World
Wow.
for 2016. If you go on the Ace's website, you'll see that. But we all know next year, CoastaCon, Great Adventure, Storybook Land, Maurice Pier.
Yep.
I'm trying to see what they're going to do for Storybook Land because it's such a small place. And me personally, I'm expecting big numbers. You know, between 500 and 700 range. I'm expecting to show up, maybe even more. It's Great Adventure. People want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
People love El Toro. People love Nitro. People love, well, not everybody loves King the Cobb, but people want to ride it. I like King the Cobb. Sorry, you know, I personally like King the Cobb. A lot of people call it King the Crap, but
Yep.
I like it. I think it's a nice ride. I like going fast. Sometimes. Luca, why don't you just say it instead of type it? You're right there. Get like, what, 10 feet, not even from me? About 10 feet away? Yeah, you're right next to the camera. If you move a little front towards, waved high, I don't know, you're right there. Is he in there? See, there's Luco.
Hi.
Luco has been sitting on the couch over there 10 feet away, typing instead of talking.
Better typing.
For those who have been living under a rock, Luco is also our newest roving reporter.
This is Luco.
Hi.
No, wave to them, not me.
Hi. Hi, Lorna. Come here.
Lorna's too chicken. Maybe when she falls asleep, I'll still hit her with the Sharpie marker.
Hello.
I'll draw a Hitler mustache on her. And then when everybody wakes up in the morning, everybody goes, "Hey, Lorna! Now where's my breakfast?"
Damn it, I knew I forgot something.
So, anyway, so let's get into your the GP comments.
Okay. As always, we hear them everywhere. In the parks, in the parking lots, on the trams, in the queues, on the midways, in the eateries, in the restrooms. We see them on forums and blogs. We even hear them from our clueless, non-enthusiast acquaintances and friends. Yes, once again, we are talking about the nonsense things that people from the general public say about how they think things work at an amusement park or in the industry in an attempt to make themselves look smart, but in reality, all they succeed in doing is making themselves look, in the words of Judge Judy, nothing short of dumb. So, continuing the tradition we started during Season 1, thanks to, once again, to Sarah for the idea, here are the best of the best that we've heard during the 2014 season. Before we get to the top 10, a couple of honorable mentions. First one that Lady of the Grove actually heard herself, someone at Six Flags New England pointing to Gotham City Gauntlet and trying to tell his kid it was Bizarro. Then here's one that I heard at Dorney during the Costa Madness event the day after Phoenix Fall Fun Fest after an animatronic giant that was part of the Halloween haunt, one of the Halloween haunt props. It released a burst of fog that had a weird smell to it, and somebody asked me if it caught on fire. And Luco just typed one a little while ago as well. You can scroll back to the comments for that. That's another one. Let's see, where did he...
Oh, about the car door, right?
Oh yeah,
About the door.
asking about Norista said they give away door prizes, but he says he can't fit his door into the car. Now for the top 10. Number 10, submitted on the forum by Costa Kid regarding the Mantis transformation at Cedar Point. I'm so lost. Okay, so floorless means there will be no floor. I got that. So how will people ride? And zoinks, Shaggy gets the Roogie Roo.
I call it ragu.
Number 9, submitted on the forum by Tom Osip regarding Great Adventure. Is the Looping Dragon replacing King Dakar? Number 8, submitted on the forum by Shane. Did you hear about Star Blaster? Some girl's hair got caught in the top of the tower. It ripped her hair and skin off, and she went to the hospital with severe injuries to her brain. Number 7, submitted by our pal Sam Marks from the Coaster Zombies regarding the Joker's Jinx incident at Six Flags America. The ride stopped suddenly because the car's brakes locked up. Number 6, submitted on the forum by Zach regarding the Colossus Fire incident at Six Flags Magic Mountain. One Bruce Montgomery quoted on Facebook saying he was at Six Flags New England the week before and they had a coaster with similar damage. In a related comment from our pal Rob Pereira, a Facebook post was made also claiming that somebody thinks it was an insurance job to get them to pay for the transformation. Number 5, submitted on the forum by Mega Coaster 71 from Kings Island's Instagram. After they closed for the winter, they posted a photo of the disassembly of Banshee's trains for off-season storage and maintenance. Someone commented, "Oh my gosh, I knew these things were dangerous. The trains are falling apart." Number 4, submitted on the forum by Rob Pereira, spotted on Six Flags New England's Instagram, a comment from one Tracy Lynn L. Maybe they will move Rolling Thunder to replace Thunderbolt. Number 3 is one I heard on the tram on Cyclone's closing day after the driver made the announcement about it. I hope I'm not the last one on it when it breaks. Number 2, submitted by our pal Jason Welter, who's a fan of the page and a viewer of the show. A co-worker of his told him that the park was removing a section of Cyclone's track because it derailed last season and killed 4 people. And the number 1 nonsense GP quote of 2014, and I have to give props to Shane on the forum because he called this one correctly during the last off-season. This was submitted on Facebook by Joey Ceresi, who's a fan of my Facebook page for all this, and this was originally posted on the Great Adventure Forum. He was in line at Dorney, in line for Steel Force with his sister. He saw a guy in a group of his friends tell his friends that Dorney is planning to get rid of Steel Force because it is sinking into the ground. Now, as much as we all enjoy poking fun at the GP for all of these ridiculous things they say about how they think things work at an amusement park or in the industry, actions speak a lot louder than words, so this season, in the words of Emerald Agassi, we are going to kick it up a notch with the debut of the Hot Mess of the Year. I got the idea for this segment from a radio show in Boston that I used to listen to, that I no longer listen to because they got rid of my favorite host. They had a weekly segment called The Hot Mess of the Week, in which they not only paid tribute to the biggest epic fail of the week from around the globe, but also officially recognized the person or persons who committed said epic fail as the Hot Mess of the Week. We have 3 stories that fit that category well. Honorable mention is from Agawam, Massachusetts, in a story reported by WSHM CBS 3 Springfield, and it was submitted on the forum by AJ. An unidentified Good Samaritan saw 2 men going through a woman's purse in a restroom at Six Flags New England. He observed the men removing items from the bag and discarding the bag in the trash. He then recovered the bag from the trash and contacted park security. Security officers located the victim, who was missing more than $60, multiple cell phones and wallets. The total value was about $600, according to Mass Live. After locating the suspect, security found 2 cell phones and some cash on them and contacted Agawam police. Through a Spanish translator, the 2 suspects told police they hopped the park fence, which in itself is a big no-no with amusement parks, because one lost his sunglasses on a ride. They told police they found the cell phones and that they were never in the restroom. Police did not buy that story and placed them under arrest. One of the suspects identified himself as Eliezer Santiago, but when officers ran his fingerprints through an FBI database, they got a hit and found that his real name was Rafael Cosme Acevedo and that he was wanted in Puerto Rico on an outstanding warrant for homicide. They then contacted authorities in San Juan to notify them that they had him in custody. San Juan authorities were able to positively identify him and match him using his tattoo. He was then ordered held without bail and charged with receiving stolen property, being a fugitive from justice, and giving a false name to police.
So that guy's screwed.
Oh, definitely. And thinking he can get away with it by giving a false name to police, I think this guy deserves another award, courtesy of nationally syndicated radio DJ Rick Dees. This guy is this year's Bonehead of the Year.
Bonehead, bonehead, bonehead. You are such a bonehead. Bonehead, 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 bonehead.
Alright, getting on to now. Our runner-up story comes from Mason, Ohio, where we had a pretty good spring earlier in the season. July of 2014. In a story reported by the Dayton Daily News, 2 women were arrested on July 2nd following an anonymous tip identifying them as suspects in a string of thefts from lockers at Kings Island. Tricia L. Kesterman, age 32, and Tracy R. Jackson, age 25, faced multiple charges, including 4 counts of theft and 4 counts of safecracking. Kesterman is also charged with 1 count of receiving stolen property. Police allege the 2 women broke into 30 lockers at Kings Island, stealing numerous items, including nearly $10,000 in cash altogether, along with credit cards, wallets, cell phones, gift cards, cameras, a Miami Valley Hospital ID, and a Dayton Special Police ID.
Yes, that's so.
Yep. Alright, get that thing out.
But they like you, Larry.
Sorry, wrong gender.
But I female. A butch.
Hornshell said they worked in teams. Basically, one of them would obtain the information as it came out of the kiosk, while somebody entered the code in an actual locker. They would relay the information, usually by cell phone, to one another. The next person would then, within a minute or 2 of when that person would leave the locker area, the other person would go up, approach that locker, and steal the items from it.
What the? You know what?
Oh yeah, you ain't kidding.
She stole what? What she steal?
Credit cards, cameras, money, you name it.
What
Whatever
the
was in that locker was fair game for these 2.
What the makeup? You know what?
The women then used the credit cards the same day, quote, as quickly as they could, unquote, in different locations throughout Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. Both women are persons of interest to other similar types of incidents, and additional charges are possible. And in addition to that, the police and other pack were able to
on you.
Congratulations, want a hoodie?
Yeah, did you got one?
Good. Here's $2. Go buy yourself one. Police were able to place them in the park that day on the dates when the thefts occurred because they were season pass holders. How dumb can you get on that one?
Dum da dum dum dum. I think this guy's picking a winner.
And Warren County Prosecutor David Fornshell said the women would wait for patrons to enter a personal passcode into the locker area near the lockers, and then they would basically shoulder surf. And he finished by saying, quote, I recognize that people view these kind of thefts as cases as nonviolent offenses, but these people significantly disrupted the lives of a lot of different people, and my hope is that the judge, if we get to a point where we have a conviction on these counts, that the judge will give them some prison time to get their attention because they certainly created havoc with a whole lot of people's lives, unquote. Now, as bizarre as those 2 stories are, there is one story that stands above them all, and yes, we did briefly talk about it earlier in the season. For those who have been living under a rock, I will recap the entire story. It comes from Salem, New Hampshire, where on Monday, June 16th, the Perry family decided to take a little road trip from their home in northern Vermont to enjoy a day of fun and thrills at Cannery Lake Park. Seems innocent enough, right? Yeah. Not so fast.
But why?
It turns out that this family is not only heavily into hunting, but also apparently, according to this story, they are pretty extreme when it comes to defending their constitutional Second Amendment right to bear arms. In a story reported by WBZ TV Channel 4 in Boston and Salem, New Hampshire police, at least a couple of them had hunting knives clipped to their belts when they showed up at the park entrance's security checkpoint. Citing park rules, security asked them to put the knives back in their vehicle, and when they were told that they were not allowed because they were considered weapons, they allegedly became belligerent. Cannery Lakes Park...
Were they Were they on drugs or drunk?
There is no report of that as to whether or not they were. Cannery Lake Park spokesman Chris Nicolai said, quote, they were asked to put those items in their vehicle if they wanted to come in. They didn't want to do it and got unruly pretty quick, unquote. And according to police, the oldest son in the group, 23-year-old Joshua Perry, not only declined to put the knife back in the vehicle, he immediately threw a hissy fit and launched into a profanity-laced tirade in front of hundreds of park guests of all ages.
Crybaby.
And when two Salem police officers working detail at the park, when the guards couldn't reason with him, tried to arrest him for being disorderly, that's when chaos ensued. According to police, the rest of the family ganged up on the two police officers, jumping on the officers' backs and punching, scratching, turning the scene into an all-out melee. At least one of the families tried to go for an officer's gun before a swarm of backup officers arrived at the scene within moments and was able to break up the melee. One of the officers suffered a separated shoulder while the other suffered cuts and scrapes. After the melee was broken up, 5 of the family members were arrested on various charges. Joshua Perry, age 23, the alleged first instigator, was charged with rioting, resisting arrest with serious injury, criminal trespassing, and disorderly conduct. The dad, Elmer Allen Perry, was charged with rioting, resisting arrest, second-degree assault, and criminal trespassing. One of the sons, Brian Perry, age 18, was charged with rioting, simple assault on a police officer, and resisting arrest. His brother, Damon Perry, also age 18, and Ashley Perry, the daughter-in-law, age 20, were both charged with disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing. Damon and Ashley were released on personal recognizance, while Joshua, Alan, and Brian were originally held on $5,000 bail each, later increased by a judge to $10,000 each. And that's not quite where the story ends, because the mother in the group, who wasn't named and was not involved in the melee, in what looked like an attempt to gain sympathy from the rest of the onlookers in the group, reportedly faked a seizure in the parking lot as her husband and sons were being taken away by police. She was examined at the scene by local EMS workers who, not surprisingly, determined that there was nothing physically wrong with her and released her at the scene. And I do have to make that notation physically, because with these guys, mentally, I think that's another story altogether.
Yeah.
Cannery Lake spokesman Chris Nicolai later said, quote, no guests were in any danger, this was a contained situation, unquote. And Deputy Salem Police Chief Sean Patton later stated, quote, this family was hell-bent on creating a disturbance, and they did just that. They turned what could have been a perfect day at a family park into a nightmare, unquote. I have actually followed up this story and found that in September they were all officially indicted on all those charges. They did all make bail and were released, and if I find out any more, I will definitely pass it on. So, without further ado, we now get to say I had a feeling this was going to be the winning story when it first broke, but you never know, so I did have to wait till now to say it. For all of the mishigas that they created at Canopy Lake Park on June 16, 2014, all of us on the Grove Show staff at this time hereby unanimously declare to the Perry family of Northern Vermont, you are a hot mess!
Woo!
Now it's time to take that opportunity. I'd like to recruit a couple of scouts from our viewing audience. If you come across a news story about somebody committing an epic fail at an amusement park, I want to hear from you, because you could be the one to nominate next season's Hot Mess of the Year. You can message a link to the original story either to the Grove Show's Facebook page or to Dr. Giggles or myself through either Facebook or Google+. We do need to see a link to the original story, though, because we do have to not only verify it, but if we use it on the show, we have to credit the original source as well as crediting you for submitting it. If your submission wins the Hot Mess of the Year award for next season, we will send you a Grove Show t-shirt and possibly some other goodies from CoastaCon.
Woo! All right, well, it's 10:21, and it's almost New Year's, and we're going to get out of here because I am hungry.
Me too.
I'm starving to death. So anyways, before we get going, have a Happy New Year. I will just keep looking at the Facebook pages and stuff, and we will let you know, but it's only going to be a couple weeks before we come back. So this is the finale. We will be gone for at least 2 or 3 weeks, and we will be back. So, until next year. Ready? You ready?
Woo!
Until next year.
Until next time, everyone. Thank you all for watching. So long for now. Stay safe, stay healthy. If you're going to be out and about tonight, please be very careful driving. And until then,
keep
on coasting.
Thank you.